So there's this question I ask in the email I send out whenever anyone downloads my free resource. And that question is, what is the hardest part for you about Instagram? And do you know what 99% of people say when they hit reply and email me back? Content planning. Almost everybody finds the act of content planning incredibly difficult. Most people are stuck in a cycle of posting when inspiration strikes. Or perhaps some people have a loose schedule. They know that they're going to post on a Monday, Wednesday, and a Friday. They have a rough idea of their content pillars or themes, but they are still waiting for the day to arrive, that Monday or that Wednesday or that Friday, to actually think of the idea and then craft the post and write the caption. Both approaches are a really inefficient use of time, particularly if you are a business owner who is wearing multiple hats within your business, with marketing on Instagram being just one of them. Today, I'm going to walk you through my new favorite way to plan and organize my content creation and production using my new favorite tool. Now, my business is Instagram strategy. I help business owners market themselves more effectively through Instagram using high converting content. But the tool and the process I'm going to show you today, this can work for you whether you are a service provider, a creative, a coach, a consultant, or you're a product-based business. This is a great tool for all of you. The free tool I'm using is Notion, and just before I get straight into the behind the scenes workflow, I just have to say it's really important that you do have a strategy in place. One of the reasons so many business owners find content planning so difficult is because they don't have a strategy. A strategy is like your guide. It's going to tell you what you need to do and show you how you can get to your destination or your goal. Without a strategy, planning content can feel very much like free falling without a parachute, trying to grab at ideas and inspiration, and not really understanding why nothing is really sticking, why the planning just doesn't really seem to be working. So what I will say is do go and make sure you have a good handle on your strategy. I'm not going to talk about that in this video. Check out this video after this one if you want to find out more about a really robust strategy that I use and my clients use. But now we're going to get into the planning, but I just wanted to mention that because that is really what is going to make your planning so much more effective. Okay, so now let's get into the good stuff. I'm going to show you inside of my Notion document, my Instagram dashboard and workflow. Shout out to the YouTubers Ali Abdul and Karma Medic, who both created really amazing videos on this topic of Notion and process, and who really did inspire my dashboard. So I'm going to walk you through 3 areas. It's going to be the overview and shortcuts, my workflow, and then my templates. Okay, so now we are inside of my Notion document, inside of my Instagram dashboard. So let me show you around. So the first thing you can see is I've got this lovely image at the top, which is one of my own, just to personalize this space. I wanted to make this as really enjoyable as it possibly can be, as personalized and tailored as it can be. So it's something nice to go into every single day or every other day. And the first thing I've done is I have added shortcuts to all the essential items and documents that I use within my Instagram strategy and within my Instagram marketing on an almost daily basis. And they're all housed here in one easy, accessible place. So I've got things like Canva templates, which I have also categorized into carousels, stories, reel covers. I've got Instagram Insights, which is a running tally of my learnings, conclusions, trends that I have noticed with my own content to inform future content planning. I have got a link to my scheduler of choice, DM responses, customer research, and lead tracker. So there's all the essential items that I access almost every single day. And then we scroll down to get to the real heart of this dashboard, which is the Instagram workflow. Now with this, there is pretty much just me working in my business right now. So I am in charge of almost every stage of the content production process. But the beauty of this is that if you are working with other people, a VA, for example, you can really see at what stage of the content production process each idea is at. And you can assign and, talk to your VA and say, right, this is where things are at, this is where they need to be. And you both have that oversight of where things are in their journey. But for me, because it is just me, this is so helpful because I can understand where everything is at and what needs to be done. So on the left-hand side, the first column is the idea column. And you'll see as we progress, I've got idea, outlining in progress, asset ready to be created, caption to be written, cover image to be designed, ready for edit, ready to be scheduled and published. So the first column with the ideas, this is really just where I have a very, very rough running tally of all the ideas that come into my head. So when I'm walking Winston, or when I'm scrolling through Instagram for personal use, or when I'm just sitting on the sofa and an idea strikes me, or maybe I have a conversation with a client, I will add the very, very rough bare bones of the idea into this column. So when I come to content plan, what I will first do is I will either add some more ideas to my idea list if I am running a bit low. But sometimes when I sit down to start fleshing out the ideas, I actually have enough of them there for the next 2 weeks of content that I can jump straight into the outlining. And this is where the Notion templates come in so handy. So let me show you what I mean. If I drag over Instagram things you have to stop worrying about, I am in a process of outlining 2 weeks of ideas. So I drag things over, why you should stop looking at your likes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this one. Now, I have set up some templates in Notion, and these are so handy. So just before I click on my Instagram post template, because that is what this is going to be, it's not going to be a story. First of all, I'm just going to add some information, some key data here. So I am the creator, it's just me working on this. I'm not sure of the publish date just yet. Me personally, I prefer to flesh out ideas and then drop them into the calendar based on the dates that I want, but I like to flesh out the ideas first. What is the type of post? This is going to be a carousel post, carousel with text graphics within it. What type of post is it? If SSSS means nothing to you, then I'll link the video above my head, which is where I talk about this strategy and framework. It's essentially, is this post going to be shareable, soulful or personal, service or educational or promotional? So it's going to be educational, so it's going to be a service post. And then I'm going to click on Instagram post, and this is going to take me to the template, which is my favorite part of this entire dashboard, because as you can see, I have all the elements of my Instagram post and what needs to go into the creation of it all here in one place. So it makes it so easy to pull together. So again, I've got a checklist here, and I'm going to click carousel, and I've got this production checklist, which allows me to, again, clearly see where I am at and what I need to do to get this piece of content created. So I'm at the very beginning stage. So I've selected the type of post, and now I'm going to outline it. Now I've got this bit here, post outline, which I created this within the template to make the process of outlining the post, whether it's a reel, a carousel, an Instagram live, to make that so easy and to make me having to think on the spot. I've removed that because I'm putting everything here that I need. So for example, if I click on carousel outline, I've already set it up so that I have a reminder of, okay, the cover slide needs to have this. Remember, the second slide needs to be contextualized, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready, I can just start outlining my idea. I've also done the same for the reel outline. So I've included things like music, filming location. Is there going to be pre-recorded footage? I've got all of these lovely prompts here, again, to make the outlining of this reel as easy and kind of thoughtless as possible. I don't have to sit there scratching my head thinking about all of these different elements off the top of my head. So then we move down, and I've got content shortcuts. So once I've outlined my post, then I can start creating it if that is the next stage of my workflow. And so again, I've just made this so easy by linking directly to my templates that I have ready set up so that I can immediately start designing within Canva. Perfect. If we jump back to the template, I've got my hashtags listed here. Now this is actually a page, and because I haven't done this properly, I haven't got many. So what I am going to do is I'm going to add lots more sets like this to this page so that I can go through and select one that I think would work with this post. And then if we keep going down, I have got caption, so I've got space to add my caption, and I've also got some handy hooks and calls to action, just in case, again, I need any inspiration. I've got some ideas here to help me, and then I've got a space for notes. So that is my template to make the creation of an Instagram post really, really simple and quick. And as I said, as I go through, once I've outlined it, I'll tick that. Obviously, I don't need to think about writing a script for live if it's not a live. But if it is, if I need to design the graphic, okay. So I just look at the production checklist items that are relevant for this piece of content. So that is the beauty of the templates. And like I said, as you progress through the workflow, once I've outlined that post, I know, okay, at a later date, I am going to write the captions. But what I like to do, and I've said this in other videos, is I don't sit and outline a post, write the caption, design the graphic all at the same time. I break up my content creation tasks into their associated tasks, and I break them up. So I will put time in my diary to outline 2 weeks worth of posts. Then I will put time in my diary to write 6 captions. I try to use the same part of my brain at the same time on one focused task. So what I will do is I will go through my ideas, and let's say it's 2 weeks worth of content, which is 6 grid posts, 3 posts per week. In one sitting, I will make sure that I have 6 ideas here outlined. And then at a later date, I will drag them over to write 6 captions. And that's how I do it. And gradually, the ideas move over until, like here, they're ready to edit. So if I just show you a quick example of, let's do how to get more story views in 2021. So this was a finished, I actually haven't. I've designed the graphic, and I have written the caption, I've got the hashtags. I actually just need to review this one. So I have outlined it here, as you can see. I've got the cover slide, I've got all the text I'm going to use. I already created the graphic in Canva. I have got the caption here, and I have copied and pasted the hashtags. So this is almost ready to go. I'm just going to do a final review, and then I need to schedule it. So that is the last thing that I need to do. Now, the last thing I wanted to show you is below this workflow, which really does show each stage of the planning and production process. Below that, I have added a calendar view, because for me personally, I love to see how all of the ideas are looking for the next few weeks. So what I do is that when my ideas are ready to be scheduled, I will go through and I will add placeholder dates. I might have my phone and my calendar up, so I have a rough idea that I want to share those 2 weeks worth of posts, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, over the next 2 weeks, and I have a rough idea of those dates. So I'll first go and I'll add the dates, as you can see here. So I just go in and I add the dates that I'm thinking about sharing this content. But then what I do is I scroll down to the calendar view so that I can see how that is looking. Now, what I love about this is that once you have assigned dates to those ideas, they're here, and now I can move them around. So actually, if I don't want something on that day, or actually I think that there's 2 ideas that are too similar to one another, I can move them around. But also what's so important is that because of the tagging system that I have, I know whether I've got too much of one type of post in 1 2-week period. So for example, I've got a service post, a service post, a service post, a shareable post, a shareable post. Now, a service post is essentially an educational, informative post, and shareable is where usually I'm either inspiring my audience or I am giving them a perspective on my industry, which may be a bit polarizing, maybe a bit controversial. But what I can see here is that I don't have any personal content. I don't have any storytelling about me, about my business, which humanizes my account and deepens the know and like factor with my audience. And I don't have any promotional content talking about my products and my services and how people can work with me. And that's a problem, because I am a business, I do want to make money, and it's important to share content about me and my business because I love forming relationships with people, and especially when you're a service provider, a lot of people are working with you because of who you are and your personality. So the great thing about this is I can see where I have gaps, and I know, okay, actually I need to move some things around and I need to fill up some of those gaps with that promotional content and that personal content as well, to make sure I have a really good spread of all of those types of content. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out this playlist here, which includes some of my best videos from this year, which will help you to create a really robust Instagram strategy. And also this video where I am sharing the behind the scenes of the strategy that I use and my clients use, which, as I said at the top of this video, if you don't have a strategy yet, definitely go and check out that video. It's going to make planning your content inside of Notion so much easier. I'll see you next week for a brand new one. Thank you for watching. Bye.